Generative AI solved the hard math of rendering. A complex frame that took hours to composite now materializes in a fraction of a second. But generating a frame is not the same as initiating a project. The actual starting line of a commercial animation pipeline remains entirely manual. Before a single prompt is written or a server spins up, a producer extracts the client's intent, categorizes their assets, and translates ideas into strict parameters. The underlying technology accelerated the render engine while completely ignoring the structural mess of onboarding, leaving a massive bottleneck right at the front door. Client inputs rarely arrive neatly packaged. They come in through scattered emails, via mismatched attachments, and fragmented conversation threads. The core brief typically exists as a disorganized Word document, filled with contradictory notes and vague formatting that a machine cannot parse. The aesthetic targets are just as fractured, usually arriving as massive, sprawling Pinterest boards with no clear hierarchy or visual priority. These are inherently human formats. An automated pipeline requires rigid logic, precise variables, and clean data to function reliably. Every hour an operator spends reading these documents, deciphering the mood boards, and retyping the constraints into a tracking system is an hour lost to friction. Without a system specifically engineered to ingest and standardize this unstructured data, the pipeline stalls before it ever begins. Module 00 is the translator. It acts as the bridge between raw human inputs and strict machine readability. The operator starts by dragging and dropping every brief, reference file, and style guide directly into one centralized interface. The system automatically ingests the scattered client material, moving it out of messy folders and into a single centralized hub for processing. With the assets secured, the operator picks a content format to define exactly what the final outcome will be. The module is highly format-aware. It instantly adjusts its internal targeting to support an ad, a multi-part series, a feature documentary, or a full musical. Centralizing the files and locking the exact deliverable type immediately forces strict structure onto the raw data. With the format set, the operator applies specific rules to the project to govern how the visuals will render. They layer in 7 taxonomy axes. These parameters act as absolute constraints, dictating the exact styling, color palette, and motion language required by the client. This grid of rules actively prevents the render engine from hallucinating stock footage or deviating from brand guidelines during production. By setting these exact parameters up front, the operator forces the AI to execute the specific aesthetic vision of the studio. The final output of Module 00 is a structured PROJECT.json manifest. This specific file is a universally readable blueprint. It acts as the single source of truth for every other tool in the Nmedia Services pipeline. Because downstream modules look directly at this one project manifest, operators never have to retype a single standard constraint or file path again. One source of truth. 0 retyping. Animation production. Finally, at the speed of generation.